Hi, and welcome to the first chocolate sundae. Chocolate apparently stimulates the same endorphins or something that make you feel loved or cuddled. So if you're a chocolate addict, go get a hug instead. And anyway, welcome to Chocolate Sundae. I am almost finished a book that I've been writing for 4 years, and really I'm on the home stretch and keep making excuses. So because I find it much easier to talk, I'm going to talk the final chapters and then just transcribe it. Also, on a more serious note, by the way, my name's Angie. I'm living in Ireland. I'm Anglo-Irish, Irish father, English mother. I have a degree in literature and theatre. I have a background in writing and theatre. I've published and I've acted. And I've raised 3 children, and I have 2 grandchildren. I've lived in America, Ireland, England, Spain, but currently I live in Oldcastle in County Meath, and I'm loving it. The first thing I want to say on a serious note is that I've published on Vimeo and Facebook over the past 4 months a DVD I made 4 years ago during a court case when my niece was taking my brother-in-law to court for molesting her. Now, the DVD's very heavy. I was kind of suicidal at the time. I'm an abuse survivor myself, and there's a lot in my family. And it wasn't meant to be just on its own. It was supposed to accompany my book called Chasing Rainbows. And the book includes life after abuse. It includes a lot of adventures, a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, and a lot of humour. But anyway, kind of impatient with myself for not finishing the book yet, I posted the DVD on Vimeo and on Facebook. And a lot of people have disclosed to me after watching my DVD. And I kind of expected that, but I didn't expect so much disclosure in my own hometown. Well, Oldcastle, where my family have lived for the last 30 years. So I'm left in a situation where up to a dozen people have told me that they've been abused. They've told me in confidentiality, and I'm not about to breach that. But a few names have come up consistently of who abused them. And with the current scandal on the television about Cardinal Brady not doing enough with information that he had that could endanger further children or young women or boys, there's a law being mooted in the door that anybody who knows about child sexual abuse and doesn't report it is guilty of a crime. And I think that's great. But I find myself in a kind of a difficult situation because, as I say, several people, independent of each other, have contacted me after my DVD and said, I was abused by so-and-so. And now there's a pattern emerging where so-and-so, like 2, 3, 4 different people have said the same thing. So I just want to say that, I appreciate the courage it took for those to disclose that did. I appreciate that this is a very delicate subject. I appreciate that the law of the land is innocent until proven guilty. And I appreciate the shame and, the fact that these subjects are taboo. And all I can say is that I'm going to take advice from One in Four, which is the organisation in Ireland that deals with sexual abuse. And I'm going to take advice off the record from the Gardaí, with a band Garda that's trained in that area as well. And I would just ask her, what's the right thing to do in this situation without making anybody feel threatened or betrayed or, in any way to make a bad situation worse. And I'll just try and do the right thing. But please don't stop, using me as a forum to disclose to. And I just promise you that I'll act with the most integrity I can. On a lighter note, in order to finish my book, there are I've written my book in kind of short stories, biteable bits. There are 2 left unfinished. So I think I'll call it quits on that one, just to address the child sexual abuse thing. And I'll make part 2 about my, about inheritances. It's a huge thing in Ireland. This play's called The Field, and so on. Anyway, I'm going to cut here because somebody's just knocked the door, because I live in a community. Come in! It is, but I was filming, so now it's messed up because the door rang. So just hold on a second and I'm going to stop the filming.